Teresa Donovan.
Yes, Teresa Donovan.
Okay. You cannot proceed via telephone for a court proceeding in my courtroom, okay?
Pardon?
You cannot carry on a court proceeding via telephone access only in my courtroom. You need to have video or you have to come in person.
Sure, can I? Look, I'm having difficulties, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, I
We're,
couldn't hear you.
okay. I didn't want to miss my appointment. I mean, my court date. Okay, so I can show up in person?
Yeah, but it has to be today.
Sure. What time works? Judge Simmons, is that you?
I can't hear you.
Just a second. You're not on speak. Oh, yes. Excuse me. Yes. Judge Simmons.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I definitely tried to make my appointment, but Zoom was like not. I can appear today because I don't want to be in contempt because the eviction notice.
Yeah, we're having a hard time understanding and making out what you're saying.
Oh, okay. I got an eviction notice. That's why
you got an eviction notice?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I'm in court.
Yeah, but you were here for a pre-trial back in April 12th, and we told you to appear on May 24th.
Yes, I was.
Correct. I said you were here and you were given a notice to appear today for your hearing. So
Absolutely.
Today's the date and time for the hearing. So you need to be either on Zoom where I can see you and properly conduct a hearing, or you have to appear in person, and it has to be today.
Absolutely, because yes, Your Honor, I definitely have got to get out of this situation. But I thank you for taking the time. What time today?
You were supposed to be here at 1:30, so you should be here as soon as possible.
Well, they gave me Zoom. My
Correct,
Zoom was malfunctioning.
It was your responsibility to make sure that you could appear via Zoom. No one mandated that you appear via Zoom. That's an option at your convenience. But if you don't test your functions to make sure your devices work, then you need to appear in person.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense now, Your Honor. Weird. Okay.
How long is it going to take for you to get here?
I'm not sure. My mom and dad just came in from Ohio, so they will bring me into court.
Okay, we'll see you shortly.
Sounds great. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
On the record in the matter. Wait, who is the attorney on this one? Is that Freeman too? No, Joseph Patel.
Oh, Patel. He's here.
That's you. Didn't I order this in person?
You did.
On the record in the matter of Joseph Patel versus Robert Boudreau, Michael Peed and Chrissy Peed, file number 22-04155 LT. State your name for the record, please. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Joseph Fatali.
Thank you, Joseph Fatali. And then I see Chrissy Peed.
Yes, Your Honor.
I see Michael Peed, but Michael Peed is trying to make me dizzy by moving. You need to be stationary and prepared to handle court if you're going to appear virtually, or you got to appear in person. Okay? So you need to go find a place to sit or stand without moving around in a circle. Okay? Today was the date and the time that was set for hearing. I ordered this as an in-person hearing. Why are you on Zoom?
Your Honor, last court date, you told me either I had to appear in person, but as long as I dropped off all the documentation, I could appear through Zoom.
Dropped off all of what documentation?
All my evidence. You said as long as I dropped it off before my court date, I could still appear through Zoom.
Did you receive a notice to appear?
No.
I have a notice date stamped here that it was mailed to you on April 26th. It says with 3 stars on each side of it, appear in person.
I did not receive that, and I was even at the courthouse on Monday, and they told me it was through Zoom when I dropped off the last piece of paper I
There's no
had.
possible way the court told you it was in Zoom if they looked at this notice, because the notice that was sent to you clearly states appear in person. Did you get a notice to appear, Mr. Vitale? Okay. Mr. Vitale, how did you know to appear in person?
Because I called to confirm the court date that was originally set, and the court clerk said that it had been rescheduled to today at this time.
In person?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry?
I said on the 26th, I did put in the notes that the defendant needs to appear in person. It does not drop off exhibits prior to hearing.
Okay, who mailed the notices? Why did neither one of them get a notice to appear?
I didn't reschedule it.
What did you drop off it to the court?
I
Ma'am,
dropped off, on Monday, I dropped off the Lansing City Inspector, the inspection, the report, and then about a week and a half ago, I dropped off the Orkin report and photos.
okay, I think this was the one that was reset because she was waiting for an inspection.
I did it on May 8th.
Okay. This was reset because you requested an inspection, or you requested to have it in reset because they couldn't come to inspect the house until after May 18th. Is that correct?
Yes, so there was a problem because Joe originally had scheduled the inspection for June, and that's why they weren't able to come out. There was already an inspection scheduled for June, but I had ended up getting a hold of Everett, the city inspector, and he said he could come out on the 18th to do the inspection.
Okay, and so we adjourned this hearing previously because you stated that the basement was infested with fleas and mice. I do
Yes,
have
Your Honor.
a inspection report from code enforcement. Did you get a copy of that?
I have not. They typically mail that.
I'm sorry?
I have not received it. I know the items. I was there. I took notes.
Okay, I do see where it notes that a certified pest controller is required. You're aware of that?
I actually had a pest inspector twice, and I have the invoices with the note sheets from the service.
When was that?
The first one was the day after our initial court date, and the second one was May 4th.
Okay, well, this was dated May 19th. It says that you need to have a certified pest controller, which was required to exterminate and to provide written verification to the code compliance officer.
I mailed this to him. I
Okay.
emailed this to him. We did receive that.
Okay, I don't see, however, where it indicates that there was any notable infestation of fleas or mice. It doesn't say what what it is.
Would it be helpful?
Okay, yeah, did you provide that to them?
She was at the inspection, so.
Okay,
she
but
was-
still, this is why things need to be in person, because I can't show her what you're showing as
I made a
evidence.
copy set for her.
And then same here, we need to give you a copy of this, because you don't have a copy of this.
I don't.
What is this that you're trying to give me?
So I have the 2 invoices from the pest inspection and pest treatment for the mice, with the detailing of the traps that were set and the poison. And then the follow-up report, when he came back on May 4th, to treat a second time. And that report specified that we should wait 3 weeks to treat again, and I have them scheduled to come back tomorrow, which would be 3 weeks exactly.
Okay, so there was an infestation of mice.
There was.
Okay. And ma'am, what were the other allegations of habitability issues?
Well, mainly it was the mice, because the home is infested with mice. They're everywhere. And they've been here since I moved in. He just
Okay.
didn't tell me how bad it was when I moved in here. There were fleas in the basement, but I did treat the fleas myself, and there are no more fleas.
Okay, and you have animals though, correct?
Yes, but the fleas, Your Honor, were never inside of the home. They were only in the basement.
Okay, so this is a eviction for non-payment of rent. The time of the filing of this eviction, which was back in December, the past due amount was $3,740. What is the past due amount now? I think at April you said it was $10,770.
Yeah, that was for March. April's rent has now come past due, and so the total is $12,565, and I do have a rent log here.
Okay, and so, ma'am, have you been escrowing this rent, or why have you been withholding it? You can't, is it because of the condition of the property? Is that your allegation?
Yeah, the condition of the property, he should have never rented this house, honestly. There are multiple problems with this home. I have lost
Okay,
all of my.
I need to know what the
personal
multiple
property.
problems are, other than the mice infestation.
There's water leaking in the basement. My water bill and my electric alone are almost $600 a month because there's a constant water leak, and all my property in the basement has been damaged. He did inform me.
Do you have evidence of that?
Yeah, that is also inside of the inspector report, that there's water leakage. None of the outlets in the home work. When you plug something in,
I have the copy of the inspector's report, but you were supposed to provide me evidence of the condition of the basement, and then show me proof that of your damaged items. I can't possibly order recovery for something I don't know was damaged. You're not giving me an itemized list. You're not giving me pictures. You're just saying all your items. What does that mean?
So down in the basement, all the items that were down there were all my Christmas, all my holiday decorations, all my children's summer clothes, all of my summer clothes, all my mother's belongings, because she had moved to California right when we moved in there, and I was storing all her stuff down in the basement until she got back.
And now it's because of leaking or a flood?
Yeah, there's a constant water leak in the basement, and he did tell me there was a little leak, but he did say it was safe to put my stuff down there. He said the last tenant stored stuff down there with no problem. So I went ahead and put my stuff in the basement. But it is
notified him of this?
Yes, he's known about the water leak since I moved in. He's the one who informed me about it.
Okay, when did you notify him that the leak was such that you could not properly store your things there and that your things were damaged?
When they originally came to do the inspection, Joe and Everett, I believe it was back in December or January, I had told him all the problems going on in the house, including the mice and the fleas and the water.
Okay, but you moved into this property when?
I moved in 2021 in
Okay,
October.
when did your things get damaged?
So I never went down to the basement really until just this last year. I went down there to go get Halloween decorations, And when I went down there, I was covered in fleas and noticed water all over the ground. And as soon as Joe came in with Ever, I told him, I said the basement was infested with fleas and I can't go down there anymore because as soon as I go down there are fleas just all over my body.
Okay, so what you're saying is you went down to get your Christmas items during the holiday, this past holiday season, and Mr. Vitale was coming to the property to inspect anyways, or
Yeah,
did
so
you call him and tell him about the issue?
No, he came with Everett, the city inspector, to come do an inspection to make sure the house was livable. I'm not sure
Okay.
exactly what the inspection was
So
for.
it just so happened that he was there, and so you notified him then, but you didn't notify him as soon as you found out your items were damaged?
Well, no, not as soon as my items were damaged. I didn't really know that they were damaged because I couldn't fully go down to the basement because of the fleas.
Okay, so have you been able to go down there now?
Yeah, I've been down to the basement now. I bombed the basement with a flea bomb.
Okay, are your items still there, or did you have to discard of them?
They're still down there.
Okay.
I've
And
thrown
you're
some
saying-
stuff away. I rented not a dumpster, but a person came and picked up a bunch of items, but there's a lot of stuff in the basement.
Okay, so the things in the basement are the things that you said that are lost, that they need to be discarded of?
Yeah, everything in my basement has to be thrown away. I'm gonna have to rent a dumpster and throw everything in there away. I cannot keep anything
Okay.
down there.
Who's that, Mr. Pede? Mr. Pede is not prepared to proceed with the court proceeding. Here's two things. Number one, I'm gonna remove him from the virtual courtroom. And you all can appear in person. You need to bring me pictures of the things that you said are going on in this basement. You need to bring me other evidence, and I don't need it on a phone. I need printouts of the other evidence other than the infestation. I also want you to bring me, Mr. Vitale, evidence that you provided compliance, the compliance officer, with the verification that you took care of the pest issue, because this said you had to do it by the 18th of June.
I have that.
You have that there. That doesn't tell me that it was provided and that they sent you a letter of compliance, because that's what they have to send you.
All of these items would need to be done for a letter.
You gotta do it by the 18th. Your next court date won't be there before the 18th anyways.
Is there any way to do that
Sooner than you've complied?
sooner than the 18th of June?
We can do it sooner, but then I'll have to find that you're not in compliance.
Well,
property.
I would have the opportunity to be in compliance before the next court date. Correct.
You said you would have the opportunity? If you're in compliance before, then you have a compliance letter.
Yes.
Absolutely, but I can only do it on a date that I'm available to do it.
Is the 18th your soonest available date?
We can do June 7th at 1:30.
June 7th at 1:30, you need to be in person at the court. There will be no, I didn't get a letter, I didn't get a notice, I dropped off something. I'm not gonna be shuffling around your exhibits on your behalf. You need to bring them in court and be prepared to present your case. Otherwise, I can't grant you the request that you're seeking, which is relief as to what is now a $12,000 past due rent, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. P needs to come in person with you. Otherwise, I'm going to issue a default judgment against him, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, any additional questions from you?
May I have a copy of the default judgment against Robert Boudreaux? I didn't receive that.
Did you submit a default judgment?
He didn't show up for the first court case.
You have to submit the default judgment for me to sign.
Okay,
If we can print it out now and you can fill it out and I'll sign it.
okay, that'd be great.
Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your
Nothing
Honor.
else? Okay. We'll see you on June 7th at 1:30 in person.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Such a mailing address. Mr. Vitale, 6074 East Longview Drive, East Lansing, Michigan, 48823.
Ms. Donovan should be on her way. Ms. Till is representing Ms. Farrell.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are we ready to proceed on that? I don't see Mr. Asphalt though.
I have not yet spoken to Mr. Asquith on this matter yet. I believe he's still in a breakout room with another tenant.
He is, okay, when he's available, I'll put you in the private meeting room.
Okay,
I
thank
see
you.
Asia Edmond.
Yes. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I'll mute- Yes, I can hear you. I'm gonna mute you until the plaintiff's counsel appears.
Okay.
Mr. Asphalt, are you all set in the breakout room?
I am, Your Honor.
Who's in the room with? 'Cause I don't see them. Chablis? He's not in there anymore. Okay, I don't know if the tenant, I'm sorry. I don't know. What's your name, sir?
She's asking your name.
Possibly.
Oh, okay, he's in the courtroom. Okay. We're on the record in the matter of Cedar Place Apartments versus Paul Shebley, file number 23-00444 LT. Council appearance.
Christopher Asphalt, 53129 for the plaintiff.
Thank you. And Mr. Shebley is present in person at the court. And are you with him, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm a community mental health caseworker who's helping him.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a hearing for non-payment of rent. Mr. Asphalt, could you all come to a resolution?
Yes, Judge, we have the terms of a consent judgment that I'd like to put on the record.
You can proceed.
Your Honor, there's currently rent owing of $1,482, late fees of $148.20, court costs of $155 for a total amount $1,785.20. The defendant is to pay that amount on or before June 5th. If the defendant fails to pay that amount or vacate the property, then plaintiff can move for entry of an order of eviction.
Okay, Mr. Shebley, did you hear that?
I'm sorry?
Did you hear what the attorney just said?
She's wanting to know, did you hear what he said about the fees that you all?
Yeah,
Okay, and you understand what was said?
yes.
Okay, and so you want to enter a consent judgment?
Can I get a adjournment?
Okay, why do you
This
want,
case,
why do you want an adjournment, sir?
so I can talk to the people that we're working with towards getting the rent relief. I got DHS is giving me $400, St. Vincent is $850, and we got a couple more places to look at.
So DHS is gonna give you how much?
410.
410, and then St. Vincent's gonna give you 850,
Yep.
and when are they gonna do that?
We have a meeting with them on Friday, and we need paperwork from today to present to them.
You need a judgment?
Just whatever the new balance would be, because the other balance was higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you needed a statement or a ledger of the balance in order to get this assistance? Okay, did you meet with legal services last time you were here?
I did not, I only talked to the gentleman,
Mr. Rosa?
yeah,
Okay, so you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney?
I'm sorry.
You have the right to be represented by an attorney.
You understand that?
Huh?
Do you understand that you have the right to be
Yes.
represented by an attorney for this? Okay, and so you did not want to see if legal services could represent you?
Well, I will if I can't afford an attorney.
Well, they would do an intake to see if they could represent you for free, sir.
Well, yeah, I'd like that.
Okay, and so I'm going to adjourn this.
I believe he spoke with
Because-
legal aid on April 11th, Your Honor.
He did not. I have a note in here that he did it. That's why I asked him. And so I would not be able to enter a consent judgment if he's not gonna waive that right, but I have concerns that he even understands the right to representation of counsel. So I'll see if I can get you intake taken care of. Ms. Till, are you gonna be available after you meet with Mr. Asphalt?
I can take his information and have one of our law students over the summer reach out to him. Miss,
Okay.
do you have a telephone, Mr. Chubley?
She's gonna try to hook you up with a lawyer. Do you have a telephone they're asking you?
I don't.
He does not have,
Down right now,
he doesn't have a phone number right now.
but I can give Maria's number.
He usually comes to the agency 3 times a week, so we usually have him meet people at the agency at Community Mental Health.
Okay, so, yeah, he would have to try to arrange to be at the agency to receive that phone call. So it could become probably taxing if you don't know what time he's gonna be there.
We could set an appointment.
Set up an appointment that way? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have Mr. Asphalt and Ms. Till meet about their matter, and I'm gonna take your phone number, and then, Ms. Till can make arrangements to have someone make an appointment to do an intake for Mr. Shebley.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
A new date, please. June 7th at 2:30 will be the new date for this. Ms. Till, I'm going to move Mr. Asphalt to room 1 with you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Bigelow, can you get her a Post-it note so we can get her number when you get a chance? The caseworker, yes. But and her name, I'm sorry, her name. Oh, can you state your name for the record again?
Maria DeWitt?
Spelled the common spelling, DeWitt?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Wassery,
Yes,
you're here on the Asia Edmond matter.
yes, it's a 2:05 minute.
You met with her already? She's on Zoom.
Oh, I haven't met with her. I
Um,
didn't know she was here.
Okay, Ms. Edmond, you do not have an attorney, correct?
No.
Okay, nope, she's on Zoom. Do you have a device that you can get
I
on Zoom?
have my phone.
Okay, if you can log in, we'll put you in a meeting room with her.
Okay, will do. Judge, what's your Zoom ID, please?
876
876.
493 1931.
I'll step in the hall.
Can you send that contact information to Ms. Till when you get a chance? I see an individual identified as Annette.
Yes,
What's your full name?
Annette Richards Mendez.
Which matter are you here for? Oh, I see you. Annette Richards Mendez.
Yep.
Okay. I see Autumn and Devontae.
Yep.
Anyway, they're gonna let me in.
Give me just one moment, Mr. Wassery. iPhone 4.
Thank you.
And 8, Miss Edmond will put you in room 2.
Okay.
you're Autumn. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm Autumn.
Okay, and where's Devontae?
He's walking down the hall.
When Mr. Asphalt is available, let's see, is that Mr. Asphalt matter? I might have made that up. Yeah, that was Mr. Asphalt. He's busy today. What time are they scheduled? Okay. Can you all put their last name down there, please? Yes. Okay, when Mr. Asphalt, who is the attorney for Woodbury Department, is available, I'll put you in a private meeting room with them. Devontae needs to be present and on the screen at that time, okay? He's not available right now, so you're fine, but when he's available, you both have to be there, okay?
Okay.
And then I have Annette. I don't think I have a tenant here for her yet. Okay, this. Armstrong,
Yes, Your Honor.
we're on the record. In the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Keto William Armstrong, I have two files. They were file number 23 L 277-443 and 4432. Yesterday was the date you were supposed to appear for explanation hearing. You were scheduled to be before the court at 9 o'clock in the morning. It looks like originally the matter was adjourned to allow you to fix your plates, and you wanted time to get your income tax to do that, and then you didn't come to court yesterday. What happened?
Okay, so I've had like 3 different court dates, and I thought it was the 26th that I was supposed to be here. And yesterday I had got everything done. I got the insurance and the registration to the truck, to the vehicle up to date.
Okay, so let's see. Have a seat. What we're gonna do is see if we can find a city attorney to come and look at that and see how they want to proceed, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know, Mr. Armstrong is in the courtroom. Imagine sitting in Zoom court and you can't hear anything, you just sit there for hours. Okay, there was 1:30, Chevrolet appeared. Ms. Taylor was representing, that's Ms. Taylor's right there. Lisa Donovan is supposed to be on her way. Ms. Taylor, are you all set to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, your client has not started her audio.
Oh. We were able to talk earlier. Do you want to put us in a breakout room? Oh, I think she's done again.
Her attempts to connect is failing.
If it helps, we are intending to ask for an adjournment. So you won't need to take her testimony, but if you want me to try and troubleshoot with her, I can do that.
Nope, we can go on the record. We're on the record in the matter of Cedar Place Apartments versus Deborah Searles. File number 23-00436 LTE, counsel appearance.
Christopher Asphalt for the plaintiff.
Felicity Hill for the defendant, Deborah Searles, who is with me via Zoom.
It was the date and the time that was set for hearing. You're requesting an adjournment.
Correct, Your Honor. If we could get your soonest available date.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was going to suggest the June 7th date, if that's possible, Judge.
June 7th is wide open. At 2:30. Does that work?
Yes, that's good, Judge.
Okay, we'll adjourn until June 7th at 2:30. Any additional matters today?
No.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you. You might want to tell your client, she can hang up.
Ms. Searles, you're all set to leave the courtroom.
She doesn't have her audio on.
Oh, okay. I'll text her. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Asphalt, I'm gonna put Autumn Powell and Devontae Leggett in your room now.
Okay.
And one is here for Chastity Edwards. See if I respond. No. Let's see. The other 2 o'clock people. I'm sorry. Nope, not yet. Thank you. Sherlyn Smith.
This is her.
Okay, do you have an attorney representing you?
I don't.
Okay, the landlord, Annette Richards Mendez, is present. Today's the date that's set for a hearing, but before we proceed to a hearing, I usually put the parties in a private meeting room so they can discuss whether or not this matter can be resolved by a consent judgment or a conditional dismissal or any other agreement that you come to, okay?
Okay.
Do you believe, Ms. Mendez, that's meaningful? You can unmute, please.
We can try.
Okay, if not, you come back and we'll proceed with your hearing.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of VPP Capital Village versus Asia Edmond, file number 23-00611 LTE. Council appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. May it please the court, Mark Wasbury on behalf of plaintiff.
Ms. Edmond, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Today's the date and the time that was set for a hearing. The parties met privately. Were you able to come to a resolution?
Yes, Your Honor. Total rent retained possession is $2,870.25. Costs are $165.56 for a total of $3,035.81. It includes June rent, and Ms. Edmond indicates she can pay all of that by June 5. After that date, if she didn't pay, we could come back to the court and seek a writ. I did advise Ms. Edmond of the 3-day rule, as well as her 10-day right to appeal. And I indicated I'd be asking her on the record if I could sign her name to this consent judgment.
Okay, Ms. Edmond, can I see your face, please? Okay, is what is being said here accurate?
Yes.
Okay, so you're entering a conditional dismissal or a consent judgment?
Consent judgment.
Okay, so you're agreeing to do a consent judgment?
Yes.
Okay, so before you can enter a consent judgment, you have to waive some of your rights. You understand that you had the right to be represented by an attorney during this eviction matter?
Yes.
Okay, you want to waive your right to representation today, ma'am?
Just meaning I don't need an attorney.
It's saying yes, you want to proceed without an attorney. Is that what you want to do? Okay, and you also have the right to have a trial in this matter, or you can proceed to hearing today. Do you want to waive your right to trial in this matter to enter into consent judgment?
No.
Okay, so you want to have a trial?
No, I mean, yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries, just want to make sure you understand. Okay, so you're entering to agree, you're agreeing to consent judgment to enter in the amount of $2,870.25 for rent to retain, plus cost of $165.56 for a total due of $3,035.81 to be paid by June 5th, correct?
Correct.
Or you will vacate the premises by that date. You understand that?
Yeah.
Whatever's vibrating, Ms. Smith, you need to stop it. Okay. Anybody threatening you to get you to enter into consent judgment and waive your rights today?
No.
Has there been any promises to you to get you to waive your rights?
No.
You have 3 business days from today to return to the court. If when you leave here, you realize you misunderstood any of the rights that you're waiving in order to enter into consent judgment, you can return to the court and request to have this judgment set aside, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll set it for a hearing. Lastly, did you give Mr. Wasbury permission to sign your name to the consent judgment?
I did.
Okay, do you have any questions for the court today, ma'am?
No.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, thank you, Judge.
Thank you, you're all set. Thank you. No problem, thank you.
The city knows one. They sent it back. I'm gonna forward it to Amanda. and see if she can-
Oh, yeah, and that's true. If we have to do that, if we send it to the deputies, you can't send it directly because they may be out. And then we'll be waiting all day. Okay. Ms. Mendez. And Ms.
Yes, Your
Smith,
Honor.
did you come to a resolution?
We did not.
Okay. We're on the record in the matter of Annette Richards Mendez versus Sherilyn Smith. This is file number 23-00475 LTE. The parties are present via Zoom. Ms. Mendez, state your name for the record.
Annette Richards Mendez.
And Ms. Smith, please state your name for the record.
Shirley Lee Smith.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set, and this is for an eviction for non-payment of rent. Ms. Mendez, what is the past due amount?
For the rent, it's $7,200 currently.
Okay, and what months does that include?
That's October through May this month.
Okay, okay, and
So
Ms.
8
Smith,
months.
are you, okay, 8 months. Ms. Smith, you don't believe that you lawfully owe that past due rent amount?
I do agree.
You do?
I do agree that I owe them much, yeah.
Okay, so then that sounds like a resolution to me. Because you don't have, do you have a lawful reason why you aren't paying the rent? Are you making an allegation about something?
I mean, I've tried to call and get help. I have called like a couple places to try to get help. St. Vincent denied me. I am on a waiting list for another place to try to help me, but I just am on a waiting list. And then I mean, like I said, I'm a single mom of 5 kids. I've been trying. I only get paid like maybe $250 a week. And then I have to pay for my daycare out of that too. So on top of, you know, only getting paid that much, I basically can only afford my bills. So I am behind that much because I can only afford the bills to keep my power on for my kids. So.
Okay, I understand the concern. Unfortunately, though, you're not providing me with any lawful reason while I can allow you to retain possession of this property without paying rent. Okay? Right. So with that being stated, I have no choice but to grant possession to the plaintiff in the amount judgment to enter $7,200. Was there cost associated with that, Ms. Mendez, for service or something? Court costs?
Oh, did I add the court costs?
Correct.
That's just the rent. I mean, there's the $250 trash citation from the city from a couple years ago that hasn't been paid. And then it would have been.
Did you include that in this filing?
I did not. I mean, originally I included that portion, but I didn't include the $130 plus the 29 and change for them to, you know, deliver the eviction notice. So I didn't include that amount.
I see a service fee of $29.54.
Yeah, that was
correct?
Yep. And then the $130, I believe, was when I filed all the paperwork.
Okay, and so money judgment, you did request a money judgment to issue. I see that on your complaint. Let's see here.
And then I didn't know about any damages if it exceeds the $850 for the security deposit.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll reserve your money. We'll set it for hearing on the money judgment because you may not know until after she vacates the property. And so what I'll do is set it for hearing on that, but I will grant you possession judgment in the amount of $7,200 for past due rent. You also get judgment for the past due rent plus the service fee and the filing fee. Let me add that up for you. And that the issue of the trash fee, I need a bill or a copy of the proof that that's what you paid.
Okay. And would I just email that to you or?
Well, you could send it to Judge Simmons courtroom at lansingmi.gov.
Okay.
Judgment will enter a total $7,359.54. I'll note here that plaintiff reserves money judgment to enter after the time you have inspected the property. What is the writ date? Okay, the writ date is June 5th. So ma'am, you need to either pay the total amount of $7,359.54 or vacate by June 5th. Otherwise, Ms. Mendez can by law request to have a writ of execution issued so that she can remove you from the property, okay?
Okay, so what's today, the 24th, so how many days is that?
The statutory time period is a 10-day period, so the writ date is the 5th. If you're working with any organizations that you believe are going to grant you that money, you and Ms. Mendez can come to your own agreement, but that you've not provided the court with any recourse other than to grant possession, okay?
Okay, so 10 days.
Correct.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, I just didn't know that it was gonna be 10 days after, because I can't get into a homeless shelter for like next 2 weeks, so.
I recognize that. So the by law, I only get 10 days. That's what the law gives me. But you and Ms. Mendez could have worked out another time frame. That's what I put you in the private meeting room for. So you could have requested then, ma'am, I agree, I owe this money, but can I get 14 days or 30 days, whatever? And then that's up to her if she wanted to grant that. But you all did not come to a resolution. So I'll ask her here on the record, Ms. Mendez, are you willing to give her any time beyond the statutory 10 days?
I already told her about the 10 days, a week ago, and this has been a eight-month process of not receiving any money. So,
Okay, so
I mean, I just
is construed as a no. So the writ date will issue as of June 5th, okay?
Okay.
Any additional questions for the court today, Ms. Smith?
No, I mean, I probably would have had earlier time to, like, you know what I mean, get help for it, but she gave me a fake eviction the first time, and then I asked her to go get a court eviction because I got denied the first time for help because she gave me a fake eviction.
Okay, but this current eviction is not that eviction, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I
so-
could have got help back in January if it was a real eviction then. So all these months that we've been waiting, you know what I mean? Like, I could have then got help for it if it was a court evicted, like, eviction.
Okay, and I'm not sure what you mean by a fake eviction. I don't know what that means. Did you have another eviction pending, Ms. Mendez?
I just gave her paperwork. I didn't know that it had to be something specific from the court. So
Okay, so you didn't realize that you had to file court paperwork, because you have a notice to quit.
Yeah, and then once she said that that wasn't gonna work, so I mean, this whole time I've been trying to get what she needed, you know, jumping through all the hoops, so that she could get extra help, and by, you know, all the while not even receiving $50, $100 a month, you know, to pay towards something to show that she was truly, you know, trying to pay him.
Okay, so Ms. Smith, this was a lawful eviction. She did file a notice to quit on a state court administrative office a form, she may, what it sounds like, have sent you a notice to quit that was not on a scale approved form. You don't necessarily have to use a scale approved form to initiate a notice to quit. But nonetheless, she did properly file this eviction and pay the filing costs. You were properly and duly served. So if there were an entity that was going to assist you, then that still could have happened. But nonetheless, that doesn't change where we are today. So unless you have any other matters for the court on this particular eviction, you are all set today. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Asphalt is here. You're all set, Ms. Mendez. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're on the record in the matter. We have we're on the record in the matter of Woodbridge Apartments versus Devontae Leggett and Autumn Powell. File number is 23-00570 LT. Appearance for the record, counsel.
Yes, Christopher Asphalt for the plaintiff.
Okay, and then we have both defendants present via Zoom. Today was the date set for a hearing. How are we proceeding, counsel?
Your Honor, we have the terms of a consent judgment that I'd like to put on the record.
You can proceed.
All right, the parties are in agreement that there's $3,860 due and owing at this time, including court costs. The plaintiffs will pay $800 by May 26th, $3,060 by June 9th, and June's rent and June's late fee by June 23rd. If the parties fail to make any of those payments, then plaintiff can file for an order of eviction. Both defendants have given me permission to sign their name to a consent judgment with those terms.
Okay, so you said it was $3,860 plus court
Yes.
costs?
No, that's including court costs, Your Honor. Do you want me to break it down?
Very good. Nope, that's fine. And then there is a payment arrangement. They're gonna pay $800 by May 26th.
Yes.
What are they paying by June 9th?
$3,060 by June 9th.
3,060, okay.
And then June's rent, June's late fee by June 23rd.
Okay, Ms. Powell and Mr. Leggett, is that accurate?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to waive your rights in order to enter into consent judgment today?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you have a right in this matter to be represented by counsel. You were advised of that right back on April 19th. Are you waiving your rights today, Mr. Leggett?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And so you also have the right to proceed to a trial, or you could have had your hearing today. Are you waiving your right to a hearing and or trial in order to enter into a consent judgment?
Yes.
Okay, so you're agreeing to pay the total amount of $3,860, which is the rent to retain. You agree to pay $800 by May 26th. You agree to pay $3,060 by June 9th, and then you're gonna pay June rent and late fees by June 23rd, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody threatening you to get you to enter into consent judgment and waive your rights today?
No.
Has there been any promises made to you in exchange for waiving your rights?
No.
Okay, Ms. Powell, I didn't hear if anybody was threatening you. I didn't hear your answer.
No.
Okay, you have 3 business days from today. If you leave the courtroom and you realize you misunderstood any of the rights that you just waived, you can return to the court and request to have this judgment set aside. We can set this matter for a hearing, okay?
Okay.
Lastly, are you both giving Mr. Asphalt permission to sign your name to the consent judgment?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions for the court?
No, I do not.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, she pretty, Judge.
Let's see here. Did Patricia Lewis show up? Okay, Mr. Asphalt, Patricia Lewis did not appear. So you can submit default.
Very well, Judge.
And then, let's see. Joseph Cohn failed to appear. No, that's Miss Cyril's. She won't stop logging in. Default can enter. Oh, that was that Mr. Asphalt as well. Yep, okay. Okay, and Miss Till, you're here with Miss Jackson.
Correct, Your Honor.
You need to speak to Mr. Asphalt again.
If I could, please.
Okay. He's in room 1. I'll just add you to room 1.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Mr. Did I see Mr. Lum or did I lose him? Oh, Chastity. Okay. No, Chastity's here. He can't. He peeked in, but I don't see him. So he must be out there somewhere. Can someone let him know that we're ready if he's ready? They're not.
Just come back on there and let it go.
Here we go.
That's not doing anything. Loading.
Mr. Booth. We're ready on Chastity Edwards.
That's right.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, you can start your video, please. Somebody please tell me Simmons, she's not, she can leave. Right, darling. Yes.
I don't know if y'all can see me, but I started my vehicle, I think.
I can see you. Give me just a moment.
I don't know if y'all can see me, but I started my vehicle, I think.
That's oh, you too. Okay, we can see you. Okay, today's we're on the record in the matter of Edgewood Lansing Limited versus Chastity Edwards, file number 22-00489 LT. Council appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Brian Lum on behalf of the plaintiff.
Okay, and Ms. Edwards is present via Zoom. Today was the date set for a hearing for non-payment of rent. Could you all come to a resolution?
Yes, Your Honor. We agreed to a conditional dismissal.
Okay, what are the terms?
Are
you still working on it?
No, we have. Ms. Edwards has until June 30th to pay her arrearages, which is $1,788.05 in rent, $243.77 in court costs and fees, and $741.35 in utilities and late fees. The total is $2,773.17. And she would also have to pay her June rent and utilities by June 30th. As long as she pays that, the case would be dismissed. If not, we would ask to immediately file any eviction order without further hearing. And partial payment will not stop the issuance of an order of eviction.
Okay, do you have that written out? Okay, Ms. Edwards, did you hear what was stated by Mr. Lum on the record?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and are you entering into a conditional dismissal with the agreement to pay past due rent in the amount of $1,788.05 plus court costs in the amount of $243.77? Says other money due $741.35. What's that for?
That's utility costs and late fees.
Okay, that includes utilities and late fees. And then for a total amount due of $2,773.17, that you'll pay that before June 30th. That's correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're not driving, are you?
I'm in the car, but I'm not the one driving.
Okay, very good. Okay, and so you also, excuse me, also agree that you will pay June's rent and utilities and all arrearages by June 30th, 2023 as well, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that partial performance or partial payment of this agreement will not satisfy the conditional dismissal. You understand that? You have to pay in full.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so before you can enter into this agreement, you have to waive a couple of rights. You have the right to be represented by an attorney at this hearing. You were noticed of that right back on April 12th at your pretrial. So are you waiving your right to be represented today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then you also have the right to have a trial in this matter. Are you waiving your right to jury trial in order to enter into conditional dismissal?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anybody promising you anything or threatening you to get you to waive your rights?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you have 3 business days from today. If once you leave the courtroom, you realize you misunderstood any of the rights that you're waiving, you can request to have this dismissal set aside. We'll set this matter for a hearing for you, okay? She looks like she might be frozen. And that's why you can't be moving. Can you hear me?
I don't think she can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but because you're in a moving vehicle and not stationary, your signal is going in and out.
Can you pull over there and park for like 5 seconds? Okay, Your Honor, my friend is parking.
Okay. Okay, so the last thing I stated was that you can request to have this dismissal set aside and we'll set it for a hearing. If you leave the court and within the next 3 days, business days that is, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you had to waive in order to enter into this agreement, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Lastly, do we have your permission to sign your name to this agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for the court, ma'am?
No, I don't.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Law. Let's see, 2:30. Could we see Dennis tomorrow or Joyce tomorrow? Today? Maybe in the hallway?
No, they're not.
They're not here? Yeah. Attorney here for Trot Law?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, no one has appeared on behalf of, let's see, am I doing the right one? Yes, on behalf of Dennis Morrow or Joyce Morrow, so you can submit default judgment.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Are we ready on Ms. Jackson?
Can I be placed in a breakout room with Miss Jackson? I believe we're fairly close.
Okay, I'll add her to room 1.
Thank you.
What was your name again, ma'am? Okay, do you have a device that you can get on Zoom with?
I don't know if I can get on Zoom.
Okay, we'll get you on our iPad in just a moment. Mr. Asphalt, we have Ms. Sleeper here.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, can you hear me good or?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, on the Dennis Morrow case, I just want to confirm that it's 10 days writ to enter in 10 days.
Yep, the writ date is the 5th of June.
The 5th. Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Asphalt, I moved you to room 3.
Your Honor, Miss Jackson has not appeared in the breakout room. Has she left the meeting room? Or left the main meeting?
She's not there. I see someone logging in. It might be your other client, Scally.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna probably want to advise them that they will not lay down in my Zoom court today.
I certainly will do that if that is in fact her. Miss Scally?
Yeah.
You need to be sitting up in Judge Simmons' courtroom, okay?
I'm sorry. I was just checking to make sure that things were going the way my attorney had said they would.
You need to sit up to do that. You need to show proper respect to Judge Simmons in this courtroom. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I was not aware I was even on camera.
You're fine. You just need to sit up. You are all set. The consent order was entered. So you're all set. You didn't need to log on to Zoom today.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I didn't mean any disrespect.
Thank you, Miss Scally. You can go ahead and log off.
Okay, thank you.
Judge Simmons,
Yes.
I just received an email. I'm so sorry for telling Miss Scally to log off. I had just received an email that you wanted this placed on the record.
Correct. She has to make sure, I have to make sure she is advised of her rights.
Oh, okay. I did advise her of her rights. Do you want me to have her log in again?
Okay, it looks like this was already entered though.
It's not.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Yes, if she can log back in, I can go over her rights with her. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, are we ready with Miss Sleeper?
We are, Judge.
You're on the record in the matter of Woodbridge Apartments versus Dixie Sleeper. File number is 23-00571 LT. Council appearance.
Christopher Asphalt for the plaintiff.
Okay. And then Ms. Sleeper is present in the courtroom. You can come up to the table there, ma'am. Today is the date and the time that was set for a hearing. The parties met privately. Did you come to a resolution, Mr. Asphalt?
Yes, Judge, we have the terms of a consent judgment I'd like to put on the record.
You can proceed.
The parties are in agreement that there's $3,251 due and owing. The defendant shall pay that amount on or before June 5th. If for some reason she fails to make that payment, then plaintiff can move for an order of eviction. The defendant agrees that gives her consent that I can sign her name to a consent judgment with those terms.
Okay. And that includes court costs?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, that's accurate? Yes. Okay. Do you understand that you have the right to be represented by counsel during these proceedings? Yes. You understand also that you have the right to have a jury trial in this matter? Yes. Okay, and you're willing to waive both of those rights in order to enter into a consent judgment? Yes. Okay, so you're willing, or you're entering consent judgment to pay the amount of rent due $3,251, which includes court costs. You're gonna pay that or vacate the property by June 5th, 2023? Yes. Anybody threatening you or making any promises to you to get you to waive your rights today? No. Okay. You have 3 business days from today. If you leave here, you determine you misunderstood any of the rights that we just discussed, you can return to the court. You can request to have this judgment set aside, and then we'll set this for a hearing, okay? Do you have any questions?
So 3 business days, that would include next Tuesday.
Tuesday, because Monday's a holiday.
That would be the 3rd day.
Correct. Okay, no problem. Okay, and so lastly, did you give Mr. Asphalt permission to sign the consent judgment on your behalf?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay, well then you're all set. Thank you. Okay, Ms. Till, your client is back on.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. We're on the record in the matter of Dean Heritage versus Suzanne Scally. File number is 23-00581 LT. Ms. Scally, we just had you log back on because we did have a consent judgment here, and it states that you are agreeing to pay the amount of $3,812.96 by June 5th or vacate the property by that date. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
Okay, and that includes other money due, some costs for court costs. You understand that?
I do, and I would like to pay the court costs first. Is that all right? Or
Okay, you probably-
is it all together?
It's all together. It's all gonna go to the plaintiff, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I just want to make sure you understand the rights that you have to give up in order to enter into consent judgment. So you have the right to be represented by counsel or represented by legal services, so you don't have to waive that right. But you have the right in this matter to have a trial, and you could have had a jury trial. Do you want to waive your right to a trial in order to enter into consent judgment?
Yes, I do.
Okay, anybody promising you anything or threatening you to get you to enter into consent judgment?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so this judgment will enter today. You have 3 days from today to return, 3 business days, that is, to return to the court. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood your right that you just waived in order to enter a consent judgment, you can request to have this judgment set aside and we'll set it for trial, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you.
Okay. Did Ms. Jackson log back in? Or who is Yanni?
I have not seen Miss Jackson, Your
Oh, that
Honor.
was Keani Kemp. Keani Kemp,
Yes.
your matter was dismissed, so you're all set.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have contact information for Miss Jackson?
I do. I'll give her a call right quick, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Ms. Donovan was supposed to appear in person. She's not done that. No one's out there. Okay, Mr. Asphalt, you can submit default.
I will, Judge. Thank you.
Which matter are you here for, Mr. Behrens?
I was just told to hop on for the Dean versus Suzanne Scally or Scully.
Oh, okay. We just handled it. I just went over her rights. You had already signed the consent judgment, or someone from your office did, so you're all set.
Okay, I just wanted to check, make sure everything was good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mom, where are those headphones? Huh? They all tangled. Okay. Mommy, come here. Yes. Look at my hand. Come here, help me find my nuts. You got small piece. The big piece. Here it is. Under your mask.
Ms. Walker? Oh.
Ms. Till, I don't know what happened to Ms. Jackson, but I can reset this until the 7th.
Okay, I apologize, Your Honor. I've been trying to troubleshoot with them. I haven't been successful. Do you want them to come in person next time, or if I'm able to
Yes,
get them on
please.
Zoom? Okay.
If you,
Your Honor, I guess just for the record, I'm going to object. This is, at the last hearing, I thought a default judgment had been granted on April 19th.
not on this one. No, I have here April 12th. It was reset to the 19th. Because they were serviced by attachment and then I guess no one appeared. And then, well, I was told Mr. McCanny was deceased, but I don't see where there was a default.
That's what my notes say, is that all defendants failed to appear and that I requested and a default was granted, but
Nope, I see here, hearing set May 24th at 2:45. And I was told at the pretrial that Mr. McCanny was deceased by Miss Jackson.
okay.
Your Honor, what time was that June 7th reset date?
2:45.
Thank you, Your Honor. And again, I apologize.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
I believe that's all my files too, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Same to you. And so we're just waiting for Wasry and Walker. be seated. Okay. On the record in the matter. Of OPV Partners versus Rochelle Walker. This is file number 23-00588 LT. Council appearance.
May it please the court, Mark Wasbury on behalf of plaintiff.
Okay, today was the date and time set for hearing. I'm not sure what this is. Did you all come to a resolution?
Yes, Your Honor, we've agreed to a conditional dismissal with a move out date of June 30th, 2023. This was not a complaint for money, so there's no money involved with this. 4B of the form will be checked so that advised Ms. Walker that after the 30th, if she hasn't vacated, that my client could seek an order of eviction. And I would be asking for her permission to sign conditional dismissal.
Okay, sounds good. Mr. Walker, did you hear Mr. Wassery correctly?
Yes.
Okay, so you're entering into a conditional dismissal, meaning the case will be dismissed today upon the condition that you vacate the property no later than June 30th?
Yes.
Okay, and so you understand that you have to vacate and remove all of your items before this will be considered a full performance. Partial performance will not satisfy the conditional dismissal. You recognize that?
Yes.
Okay. And you have the right to appear with an attorney today. You were advised of that right back on April 19th. Are you waiving your right to be represented by counsel in order to move forward with this agreement?
Yes, I had set up for a jury trial. I came in, but he said he didn't get the paperwork.
Okay, that was the next right I was gonna go over, that you did have a right to demand a jury trial. But are you willing to waive your right to trial in order to enter into the conditional dismissal?
I guess.
Okay, and so, but you have to be sure because this is your right to waive. So I don't see where you filed a counter suit in this case, but
I've never been evicted before, so I don't even know none of this. My whole thing was we came to an agreement in December for me to pay $4,100, and 3 weeks later, and I paid it. And then they turned around and then they asked me to move anyways. So I didn't even understand. I wasn't late on my rent. The program that they accepted was late, not me. But they accepted the program because I wasn't working at the time. And so my whole thing was, why would they accept it and then turn around and disagree like I did something wrong? But he said it wouldn't be on my record or anything, so.
right, this is a conditional dismissal, so they're gonna dismiss the case if you vacate.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, and so you want to waive your trial in order to have the case dismissed on the condition that you vacate, correct?
Yes.
You have 3 business days from today's date. If you leave the court and realize you misunderstood any of the rights that you just waived, you can return to the court and have a request to have the dismissal set aside. We will set it for a hearing, okay?
Okay.
Did you give Mr. Wassery permission to sign your name to the conditional dismissal?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any questions for the court at this time?
No, if it went to trial, is it a possibility that I could win?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know anything about the case. I would be like, it would be like me telling you if I go and play the lottery today, is it possible that I could win? I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are. But I could tell you that conditional dismissal is a great offer because you lose the chance of having something get on your record.
Nah, I know.
You don't want your record, your credit screwed up for something, to make a principal argument, at least what you think could be a principal argument. You may find out the jury didn't agree with you. I don't know.
That's true. Okay. Well, it was just like, I've been looking for months, even because I planned on moving out anyway in July. I just can't find anything safe for my busy 18-year-old. I don't want to put him in no way where he could enter into the world. I don't have my other two sons out of jail system. I'm trying to keep him out too. So I'm just looking for somewhere safe to take him. But
I understand that. Well, hopefully, you'll have, you have a little bit more than a month. You'll have time to find a safe, suitable place, so that you and your son can reside.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Any additional matters for the record?
No, thank you, Judge.
Okay, you're all set, Ms. Walker. Good luck to you.
Thank you.